All right, this is a big story today, folks, to the bombshell new book that is shaking up Washington. From the man who blew the lid off the Watergate scandal, Bob Woodward's book called Obama's Wars reveals a sharply divided Obama administration when it comes to the war in Afghanistan. KT McFarland is a Fox News national security analyst. She joins me now. KT, I want to get your thoughts on the war implications of this book. But first, you were around during the Watergate scandal at the White House. So what is it like on the morning that these stories are hitting all of the news outlets around you, and people have called each other nasty names, and you're working with them?
Yeah. Well, the problem is that if you're in the White House, you just hate Bob Woodward. I mean, he has an ability, whether it was in the Nixon administration when I was in the White House or today, to get people to talk to him. And his reporting is very accurate. And I think that's what's the most upsetting about this book, Obama's War. The reporting is accurate, and it paints a picture of a chief executive who is not ready or prepared to be a wartime president. And frankly, I conclude from this, he's going to get a lot of people killed.
Wow. KT, let's look at one of the quotes from the book that is what has got you riled up and other folks as well. And here's what it says. I have to say that, Mr. Obama replied, and this is in reference to the July 2011 deadline I would insert here. I can't let this be a war without end, and I can't lose the whole Democratic Party. I believe this was a quote to Senator Lindsey Graham. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about, what that tells you.
What that tells me is, look, nobody wants this to be a war without end. But Obama sat down. This is his war. And he went to his military war council, and he said, these are the things I want to achieve. I want an exit, and I want to make sure that we destroy al-Qaeda and the Taliban in Pakistan. And so then his military commander said, okay, boss, this is what we need. We need more troops, and we need more time. And Obama said, no. He said, I'll give you some more troops, but I've got that firm deadline. So what Obama has done, frankly, is he set it up to fail, because this is what he wants to achieve, and this is the resources he's willing to devote to it. Now, either he's got to be honest about what he needs to achieve this goal, or he's got to reduce the goal.
Yeah.
And in either case, and he's not doing it, and he's just setting it up, so it's almost designed to fail. And he's also designed to come into conflict with his military leaders who are giving him their best advice. They're not politicians. They're just saying, hey, boss, this is what we need to achieve what you want to achieve, and he's not giving it to them.
All right. There's another quote that's getting a lot of attention, KT, and we're kind of short on time, so I do want to get this one up as well and get your thoughts to it, because anybody who went through September 11th or was in close proximity to it may take some umbrage to this. It says, we can absorb a terrorist attack. We'll do everything we can to prevent it. But even a 9/11, even the biggest attack ever, we absorbed it and we are stronger. Your thoughts?
Well, that's a pretty cynical analysis of the situation. The President of the United States has his primary responsibility is to keep the United States safe and its citizens safe. And if this is his attitude towards the whole thing, it flies right just with his attitude towards Iran's nuclear weapons program. When is he going to stand up and protect the American people? So I think this book reveals a lot. I'm sorry to say that it's probably what a lot of people thought it was going to be.
All right. Well, we'll be hearing, I'm sure, more reaction from the White House and their defense of a number of things in this book, and the aggressiveness that they have gone after a lot of the Taliban in Afghanistan, and there'll be more to be written and said about all that. KT, we thank you for your initial reaction to all of this. Always good to talk to you.
Well, that initial reaction, it's stunning to hear her talk about how people could die.
She feels that the attitude makes the country more vulnerable. And, a lot of people would say that there's been a lot that has followed through in Afghanistan that was under the Bush way of doing things. But this book points to a lot of discrepancies and a lot of arguments that are going on.
It'll be read in Washington by many, many folks.
And here as well.
Yeah. All right, a major hearing underway on the Hill, 9 years.